like them. Drumming on the beat. Sucks me out and then make like them.
Hi guys. This has been requested quite often, so I just thought, well, I've been trying to figure out how to do it. I'm not really good at it, but anyhow, this is resin, and it is T-Expert epoxy, and it's 2-part epoxy, and I like to get the 50-50 ratio because who wants to do math? Not me. So I always just make sure it's 50-50. Now, if you're doing a really thick pour, you know, like this or whatever, you need to get, especially for thick pour, because this does create heat to harden, and you don't want it to burn up your project. But normally I use protection, breathing protection, and hand protection, which I forgot over there, so I'll have to shut this off and go get it, because I have to have the hand protection. But normally I have, you know, my respirator on. But I'm just going to make one simple project today, and it's just going to be, oops, goes this way. It's just going to be a little container shaped like a mushroom. You know, 2 plain colors together. So it'll be quite simple. First project for a person. Normally, if it's an expensive mold, I will use mold release. But since I only paid about $2 for this, maybe 3 tops, it's cheaper to buy a new mold than it is mold release. So I'm not going to use it in this project. But if I had an expensive mold, like the pyramid mold, yes, I would use it. So let me just get my bottles ready and get my hand protection, and then we'll come back. Okay, guys, you're not going to be able to see me and the table at the same time, so I'm still working on how to do this, okay? I use clear glasses, so I know that I got them even. It's a lot easier to make sure, but you put part of it in one glass. Now she's coming, and it comes out pretty slow this way. But you might want to, you know, if you're doing something small, you can measure your things, your pumps. Oh God, this is going to take me forever. I ain't doing this. We'll go the other way for a minute. And I'll just take this, get the can out of it, and make a mess like I always do. And then we're just going to set it right down here on this topper thing, because that's going to take forever. So we're just going to do this, and I just guesstimate. I'm not going to stick it back in there. And I just guesstimate, you know, it's not rocket science. Well, you know, you just got to have it even, you know, and if you have too much, you can always make a different project, another project. So you can always grab another mold and fill it up. I didn't put that to the top yet, so it's fine. Oops, I need that. Okay, now just pour this in here. And I'll make them even. Check them. It's easier to put them on a level surface. This one needs just a tad more. And it's very important when you're measuring to keep them separate, so you know which is which. Okay? So, they're even. Very even. So this is what I do. Now sometimes if I'm using a small amount, I'll just stir them back and forth in the cup. But this is a little bit more than, you know, like a jewelry or something. So I just take my popsicle stick, good old-fashioned popsicle stick or tongue depressor, or you can get them at Dollar Tree, or you can get them at your doctor's office. Hey, it's not my business. Resin is expensive. So most people with resin, and you try not to get too many bubbles in it, So most people with resin tend to add things to them sometimes. Now these were the mixing cups. We'll put those over here. I got 2 more cups here for the colors. So people tend to, you have to really thoroughly stir this stuff. And you got quite a bit of working time with, you know, more than you're going to really need. Let's do this. And I'm going to pour part of it in here. Pour about half of it in each. Let's just do it that way, half and half. And don't forget, you might want to add a little bit extra than what you think you're going to need, because it will stick to your containers. So you will have some, you will lose some. Now let's see. I think this one's going to hold less, but I'm not sure. So let's do the white first. Let's just do the white. Okay, now I have alcohol inks that I'm using for color, because this is a container that someone's going to store, you know, privates, things I don't want people seeing. So I'm going to make it white. So if you use the white, it'll make it opaque so people can't see through it. So we're going to do that. And you stir it in good. See how I've got it? Stir the color in good. No problem. And I need to go get my lighter. I forgot the lighter. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to start with the base. We're going to, what you do is you just pour it in. And try to keep it all on the inside. That's usually a good place to start. And you have to do a little bit, and then a little bit more, and a little bit more until it's full. And this is not going to be enough to fill it. So we're going to use the other cup. Pour it in here and put some white in it. I didn't think it would be. But better, you know, some people would prefer not to waste the resin. You know, you just never know. And it's a guessing game, and I like with this, you can try different things. It doesn't always have to be the same crap all the time. And so I have this mixed in. And then we'll just pour it in there. There's quite a bit of resin in this one. I didn't think it would take that much. Now, you need to go around the bottom so you can get up any air holes. Air is not your friend. Gosh, there's still not enough. Jeez. Is it full yet? Okay, then just do it again. It's almost full. Jeez, I can't believe it held all that. My goodness. It's bigger than I thought it was. Of course, that's the one she picked. Okay. So now, let's go back and do some more mixing. We're going to need more mixing. I just want to pour it. That's right. I took them both out, so. Jeez. Can't believe it took all that. And where's that? Just going to do it in here. Okay, it's at 3, so it goes up to 6. I'm just not messing with it. Jeez. Louise. Perfect. Couldn't do that again if I tried. Yeah, I just went ahead and mixed it in the silicone. You can do it that way, just measure it on the side. Okay, I am going to need, for my project, I'm going to need a little bit more white too. So that'll be the white. Because that'll fill that. This will be the end of the white. There we go. Yeah, got a good squeeze out. I'm gonna need some more white. Okay. Then you go and you pour the rest of it in there. And try to make it, you know, push it down. Don't want no air holes. Okay. Now, this is how you bust the remaining air holes. You just go over it lightly. And I tend to come back and do it a couple times, but some people do it once and that's it, and other people do it a couple times like I do. Okay, but I did want to show you how to do this. There's little spots inside this mold here, for where you put your, I don't know if you can see it that way, but you put your dots. We're going to just see if we can get it to go. I'm not really getting a lot in it. Just trying to fill up those little holes. And they don't have to be perfect, I wouldn't think, but somebody might think so. But since I'm just making this for my friend, and I'm not making it to sell, I'm just making it for my friend. So I will just put a little bit in each hole. Good Lord, not much going up in this pipette. Here, we'll do it that way. And then if you want to, if you make any places where it doesn't belong, you can just wipe it out. Yeah, let's run it to the bottom. Okay, we're just going to go with that. Because, okay, now we got all this. Oh, we got, which one is it? It's this one. Okay, this one will be our red. Oops, don't want to get it too full because I do have some, ooh, I just got red everywhere. Gosh, look at that. That's not good. I just got it everywhere. I'm going to have to remove these gloves. I'm just going to have to remove them. That's awful. They're everywhere. It's everywhere. I don't want to make a bigger mess. Now, anytime you don't want it to be see-through or whatever, you really should add white to it. So I'm just going to pour a little bit of this because I really don't want a lot in there. And then I also have, and I'm going to take these off now because they're really doing no good right now. So, I have this glitter that I also got from Temu. Where's my scissors? I'll use this knife. Yeah, maybe I'll be more organized next time. I'm going to use this whole thing in hers. So it'll be really, really sparkly. That's what I'm aiming for. Okay. And then we're just going to pour it in there. Pour it in there. And just... basically, you do the same thing with this one. You kind of make sure the sides aren't holding any... make sure the sides aren't holding any resin. Then you figure out your lighter, and you do that, and they'll bust until the bubbles are all busted. Because when you heat it, all the air rises. It's quite a bit in that one, huh? Of course, I think I could stand some more in that one. Now that I did all that. Try to get under the lip. don't think this is going to matter. I really don't think it's going to matter. Just mix that in there. What the heck? It's a mushroom, right? But it looks like a little fungus. It looks like a little fungus. That's what it's supposed to look like. Okay, we'll mix that in there. And as I said, protect those hands. You can get this off with baby wipes, but it's easier just to not do it. Now, I kind of like to shape mine around a little bit. Nothing left? Yeah, some right here I can pour in there. We're just going to pour everything in there, and we're just going to see how it comes out. Because it's a mushroom. I could be really creative and put some brown in there and all that stuff, but you got to make sure you get under this rim, because it will leave cavities, and then you don't have much of a lid. So we'll see how this goes anyway. I've never used this mushroom before. So, we're just going to see what happens. Make sure to get completely under that rim. Because that's not one to... Oh, I bet it's because it's white. I bet I can't... That's probably white. It's full. Okay, it's full. So I was really kind of worried about that. And I kind of tap them. And this one, you really need to make sure it's all the way to the end. Or you want to have a very thick bottom on your jar. But you know, your first projects, just enjoy it. If you're not enjoying it, there's no point. You can make some really fantastic things with this. So, I'll come back in the morning and we'll unmold. And I'll get this. Hi guys, I'm back. You gotta ignore that blob over there. That's the window. And the sun's actually shining for a change. Okay, it's been the next night. It looks like most of this one turned pink, but we'll see. And you just unmold it. We'll see what she looks like. Yeah, most of it turned pink. About half of it turned pink, if you can see. But that's okay, because we can always work with that. And then, let's do the base. Usually the bases are a little bit harder to get out, so you just got to work with them. You just kind of roll it off. Like that. And I usually just go from side to side here. Let's see what she looks like. And that's what she looks like. But hold on, and we can dress this up too. Okay, I'm back. And then I'm just gonna dress it up a little bit with these flat back gems. You can get them at Dollar Tree, wherever. And I'm gonna put them on with Gorilla Glue, but you can use UV glue, UV resin. But honestly, I can't find mine right now. 4, 5 right here. Okay. And you just pop them on. Let it dry. Got a little bit much on that one. And then we'll do this one. And then I'll just let those dry. And I'll be back. And here's what she looks like all finished. I'll try to use different colors of gems. Let's see if I can, yeah, there I can open it. You open it. And she's done. That's the first project. We'll go on to more. Here's a pyramid I did of my dad after he died. You can see it from every direction. And this is sawdust because he built houses.